In this Simply Yet Spectacular video, we'll be going over how to design your Spekit. The first thing you want to think about is how to map out your teams. Teams determine what topics a user has access to, you can send notifications to, and how granular of analytics you get on your content. We recommend mapping out your basic teams, so think sales, success, and support, and then eventually you can customize teams even further by region or by segment. Of course, you can always connect to your IDP so that your users can log in via SSL and automatically get added to those teams. A few things you'll want to be thinking about for advanced teams is, will you have different subject matter experts by team? Does your content vary dramatically by region? Will you want to notify a subset of users on content changes? Or of course, if you care about analytics of a particular region. Again, we recommend starting with basic teams, and then as you get more granular and advanced in your Spekit use, you can always create more advanced teams. Next, we recommend mapping out your experts. Subject matter experts can be added to a specific team in order to contribute content. Typical subject matter experts include training partners, reps and agents, frontline managers, leadership, systems teams, and more. You want to think about who's typically creating the type of content that you're talking about. Is it marketing? Is it enablement? Who do your teams typically go to with these kinds of questions? And will they commit to adding content? Again, we recommend mapping out this content strategy first and then looping in your experts so that you have a plan in place before looping them in. Next, you want to decide on your content organization structure. There's two main things to know. In terms of organizing your content, you can leverage our topics. Topics, again, are going to be folders that your teams can organize and that you can search and access. These might be examples of collateral, such as your product sheets. You also have the option of adding custom fields to your content. Custom fields are going to be fields that apply to all of your content of a specific type. So for example, things like customer segment or persona, right? So you're going to want to map out those custom fields to decide if there's a specific type of attribute that you want to categorize your content by, you'll want to apply that across the board. Once you've got your specific content outline, we now recommend mapping out your key topics. In terms of naming convention for maximum searchability, we recommend the simple format, starting with category, which should be a single descriptive word, and topic name, which should be short and descriptive as well. For example, here you'll see a list of common categories. Let's say company level information for anything company related. A topic name might be company IT, company HR. You could have a category called collateral, where you have your different types of collateral bucketed. Of course, tools, where you have your anything related to Gong or Salesforce in their respective categories and topics, et cetera, et cetera. But this will make it so that there's consistency in your wiki and the ability for your teams to search. One important consideration is there's the ability in Spekit for you to reorder your content in a given topic. This is particularly helpful if you're thinking about onboarding your teams using some of your Spekit content, or if you want to break down long processes into bits and pieces. So typical topics that we see folks reordering content in are going to be your workflow topics, onboarding topics, or even newsletters if you have your product updates or go-to-market updates in Spekit, where you'll want to have the most recent update first. Again, this is very simple to do inside of Spekit. To give you an idea, simply go here, click reorder top content, and you'll be able to drag and drop for using playbooks. So playbooks are a type of topic that allow you to basically drill down further. So let's say that you have different topics for objection handling, for your collateral, for your decks, but one of your products is really top of mind right now in terms of your training. What you can do is you can create a topic that has all of your content related to that specific theme in a specific order. We call that playbooks. We often see teams making them by industry, by product, or even by sales motion. This is a great example here of a topic that is used as a playbook. We have a specific product here called our Spekit CMS, and you'll see here that we have high-level specs outlining the products. We have the slides that we want the team to use, a talk track, and objection handling. This makes it really easy for them to search for, let's say, Smart Send, and find all related information right here. If I click on this topic, you'll see that they'll see the playbook here outlined for easy access with everything they need to know. Now, the good news is we've got a template for you to get started. Reach out to your CSM and you'll be able to get this template that helps you with your planning. The first step of selecting what teams, again, you can customize this, planning out your custom fields and what those values might be, planning out your topics. We have a long list here of topics that you can select, and these are going to be, again, ideas for you to get started. We have some links to common templates here, and then you can decide which ones of these you're going to eventually want to place in order to. Again, you can do that at the very end. You can decide which of your experts owns it and what teams might need access to, and finally, how you want to map your topics to specific tools. And then finally, the last step would be organizing your playbook. So once you've kind of got your basic topic set up, you can select which ones of these you're going to want to order your content specifically for related to a theme. Typical playbooks are by segment, by industry, use case, and more. Once you've got this high-level content strategy, building out Spekit will be so much easier for your team, and you can create a real iterative roadmap of where you're going to start, where you're going to need support from our team, and so forth.